you see this as an opportunity of that? How do you respond to it?
Okay, look, I'm going to start from where TD was earlier with regards to where we are as a new player and the challenges that faces payment services today. Let me start off by saying something which I very much believe in. You cannot be innovative if you have not mastered the basics. And I see a lot of times we try to build a lot of fanciful things on the foundations that are so poor. And I keep saying it very clearly that, look, Telco 2.0, it's an opportunity for everyone, not just the telcos. But the inherent challenges are the poor infrastructure that we have today. And if you recall, I mentioned earlier on regarding, you see, the poor PPPs that has not been well established in Nigeria is what we need to first and foremost address. We are a growing nation of about 170 million people and very young as well. We're actually one of the youngest population in the world. And Africa-wise, Africa is going to be the probably the third largest young population of maybe the first one in about by year 2020. And the failure of Africa also to take advantage of the next industrial revolution has been there every year in year for the past almost a few decades now. And I'll start off by saying, for starters, you know, the poor leadership of what we have as a country has also echoed itself down to poor leadership we have in organizations as well, where we're not able to take advantage of some of the things we have as unique services that is required to transform people's lives and create new sustainable economies. So look, for Ntel, we have looked at ways of rewriting the wrongs of the past, of the mistakes of what the telcos of today have not done. Aside from announcing humongous profits that has not in any way touched lives of Nigerians that have actually subscribed to the services, we're looking at providing the required bandwidth, abundant broadband, that number one will enable governments of different states to start looking at how to make their so-called cities urban communities. Because I started by saying that if we have about 10 Lagos in Nigeria, then Telco 2.0 can then be celebrated. Then we can start looking at what Telco 2.0 would yield with regards to new economies, creating new skills. Today, if you go into or analyze all the flights that come to Nigeria today, you have a lot of skills coming to Nigeria to commence work that really Nigerians really ought to be trained to do. You see, that is a huge flight of skills that when you start touching on. So those are the things that when I look at what Telco 2.0, what you can feel and touch, it's not value-added services. That's a given. It's all the key things that are meant to transform environments today. What the Industrial Revolution did to the rest of Europe and Americas is what we in Africa need to start embracing and start putting together and start pushing the right kind of legislations to support the business growth, to support the aspiration of our youth, to grow businesses. And you know, when I start looking at what, if I just come back home to what we were talking about earlier on regarding payment services. I can't remember how many of us have gone into restaurants and when you swipe, it says, no, you swipe about 10 different POSs. And if you go to the restaurants today, they have their own ATMs in there. You say, oh God, please go to the ATM, collect cash. And then, if you're lucky, the ATM is not down. Well, better is relative. Better is relative. And I'm going to say that in a very, with a tongue-in-cheek. You go beyond the north of Lagos, you now start understanding the challenges of poor connectivity, poor access to what you call basic services. My very good friend Olu and I work together at MTN, and we pride ourselves so much in terms of connecting the whole of Nigeria. But have we transformed cities? How many cities have we transformed using the 2G, 3G network that we have? All we've done is provide connectivity somewhat. And those are, for me, the real value that we need to use to drive and ask ourselves the questions. Have we actually gone beyond Telco 1.0 before we start going to 2.0? So those are questions that, I keep asking myself every time. And this new role that I have with Ntel, I do believe that we are going to look back at what has actually been provided as services to Nigerians, and how we need to transform and provide something absolutely different and unique in the approach of how we sell, what we sell, the customer service, the customer promise, the customer experience is very important. And those are the key basic things that we are going to try to address first and foremost. We're going to look at the partnerships with the right, I would say the right, quote unquote, public sector institutions that are ready to leverage on what we're going to offer to transform the ability to provide services to the environment that they serve. Enterprise mobility is one key aspect of where I need to be able to use any device to consume the services. I know how well my state government is providing me with free healthcare, how I can go and seamlessly register myself for free healthcare, pay services to the government, pay my tax, and even pay my tax as well. Or not even pay my electricity bill, because I can measure and tell you, the disco, that you cannot charge me when you're charging me because you actually provided services. I will then be well informed. And that for me is Telco 2.0. The ability for me to consume services seamlessly from wherever I am. Absolutely important. The whole RGI thing of where, as a state government, I'll provide these services, I can adequately provide information on what I've provided and charge you as well. And look, on the banking sector, the banks are losing revenue. The reasons why the banks can give you cheap loans today is because of the cost of services. If you look beyond Lagos today, a lot of banks are closing down the branches because branch network is very poor. Sometimes they actually are at a loss. They have ATM farms they have replaced with mortar bank outlets. The ATMs don't work because of poor network services. And it's just at the base of where I look at the tangibles that we need to measure to say that really 2.0, yes, ought to be celebrating an environment where you have good infrastructure, good governance, good leadership, good skills. So those are the tangibles that we need to measure and ask ourselves, really, what it's all about.
So if you watch this space then?
Absolutely. And so for us, that is really the focus of where we want to focus on how we're going to enrich lives with abundant broadband, LTE 4G services that would actually bring about the quality of service. The quality